Hi Countryside members and owners. I hope everyone is recovering after Irma. For those of you who are down here, we've come miles in just 2 short weeks. It was 2 weeks ago Sunday that we were hit with a Category 4 hurricane, eye-wall through Countryside, through Naples, and we've come a long way in just a couple of weeks. Again, I hope all of your condos and your single-family homes and the damages were hopefully minor, but I wanted to discuss with you today on where we are and where we're going in terms of the club and club operations. So real quickly, we were able to first of all open the clubhouse up with the food and beverage department up this past week. We got power restored over the weekend, cleaned and sanitized the kitchen, got our first food deliveries in on Monday, and we had a buffet for the membership on Tuesday with operations fully restored on Wednesday with a limited menu. And today being Friday, we have full menu, full hours of operations. So we've essentially completely restored services in the clubhouse and club operations. There is some damage in the clubhouse with carpeting, drywall, some roof tiles missing, things like that, but we'll manage those over the next few weeks and months. The tennis complex, we're able to reopen the tennis complex, courts 1 and 4. Courts 2 and 3 are still dangerous because of leaning light poles or broken light pole. We're quickly working to address those issues, but we'll get to those as quick as we possibly can. But courts 1 and 4 are open for play, and the bocce ball courts are also open for play. The pool and spa have both been cleaned up and are now open for membership to use. We have a number of roof tiles missing off of the old fitness building, but again, we'll get those addressed as soon as we possibly can. The golf shop and the cart barn, similar story, a lot of roof tiles missing in those areas, but again, they're perfectly safe. We'll have limited golf shop hours of operation over the next week or two until other golf courses in the area are opening, some of which sustained far less damage than we did, and we'll be able to make reciprocal arrangements for you to play at other facilities. We did, of course, sustain some damage in some of the other outdoor assets like the fountain, the chandelier, a number of other items that will all be addressed. But we're simply prioritizing what are the most important things. We're addressing those urgently, and some of the other items we'll get to in due time. The golf course. The golf course, of course, took a significant hit. We have about 650 trees that are down or that are coming down. We had mobilized from day one. We had mobilized a chainsaw crew with addressing the most crucial and serious and dangerous areas first, bringing trees down that are potential safety issues. Okay, I had to relocate because the generator was just fired up, and I'll talk about that in a second, but we've addressed the most serious and crucial needs, the very first and highest priorities, and the chainsaw crew is still continuing on throughout the community. But with the massive number of trees down, we'll be bringing in another party, another tree removal service company. They'll be mobilizing next week, and we're hopefully going to have them on property by the latter part of next week to begin what will likely be several weeks of tree removal before we'll be able to open up the front 9 for play and then eventually the back 9 for play. So most of our facilities sustain some sort of damage, whether it's water damage, wind damage, roof tile damage, but nothing serious. These are just all items that are just going to take a few weeks or a few months to repair. But in most cases, all of our amenities are open, with the exception of the golf course. All of our amenities are open in some fashion beginning now. So to wrap things up, the generator that we have out here, most of our members, I believe all of the single-family homes and condos now have power restored as of Wednesday, which is fantastic news. We're still without power, here at the golf maintenance facility. And the reason why I'm here today was I wanted to demonstrate to you that without power, we can't get water on the golf course, for example, or pulling fuel out of the fuel cells, for example. There's a number of challenges that we've had. We've been able to use a generator to get our fuel cells going and some of the minimal equipment to operate out here, but we need to get water on the golf course. It's been almost 2 weeks since Irma, and really rainfall's been relatively light, with the exception of last night, relatively light over the last couple of weeks, and the golf course is drying out quickly. It's quite the contrast between the golf course and some of the wetlands areas, where we're just an abundance of water in the wetlands areas. We have more water than we know what to do with, and the golf course is drying out. So to get by, we've been dragging around a trash pump or spray rigs to at least hit the greens, but we need to get the golf course irrigation system up and running. So this massive generator that I was standing in front of that turned on a few moments ago, that generator is being hooked up to our pump station, and it's a 3-phase pump station that needs a lot of power to run. So that generator will run that, and we'll hopefully have power to that pump station, be able to run our irrigation system later tonight, so we can get some much needed critical water onto the golf course. So there's a lot going on at Countryside just to keep minimal operations up and going. We would certainly appreciate everyone's patience and understanding over the very difficult last couple of weeks. I still have a number of employees who don't have power, who don't have running water. So there's a lot of challenges that they're still dealing with, yet they've been here at work every day. And I couldn't be more proud of this team, department heads, the essential staff, the staff members who have returned. I couldn't be more proud of the efforts that everyone's made. So I'd like to wrap things up. I know many of you have questions or individual needs in your sub-associations and single-family homes. We have 1,133 units. We can't possibly address all of those local issues. That's why you have management companies. There's 34 sub-associations, many of which have management companies, and those management companies are really the resource for you to utilize if you need to check on the status of your condo or single-family home. So again, if you have any questions or comments or any concerns at all, please feel free to send us an email or phone call. We have communications up and restored now for the most part, but feel free to contact myself or any of my colleagues. We'll be happy to assist in any way we can. Again, please bear in mind your patience is certainly necessary, as we're somewhat overwhelmed with a lot of activities at this time, as you can imagine. So if you're not in Florida right now, you might want to pause and pump the brakes a little bit, give us a few weeks to get back on our knees, but we are making progress, and I can assure you that we will be better than ever here shortly. Until then, be well. We look forward to seeing you back this fall, and the recovery efforts will continue on.